youtube.com. Alright, good evening everyone. Can you all see me? Let me just get to my channel. Alright, let's see. Let's have the live chat. Pop up the chat. Okay. Hello, hi everyone. Welcome. Okay. Can you all hear me and see me? Oh, it looks like we are back in business. The live stream is working as usual. Good evening everyone. Just do a quick shout out before I start. Okay, I can see you, Kaylin. Well done. Welcome. Okay, let's see. Right, we'll be starting this live stream in about 3 minutes. Wait for a few more people to come online. And just a gentle reminder to those of you who are logging on now, hi, Jiaen, that I've posted a new video last night, and it was about common mistakes that you make in comprehension open-ended. You can go check it out. Hi to the team, well done for logging in on time. Everyone is more or less here. Great, hi Jaden, I see you on WhatsApp. Wonderful. Okay, let's get started without much further ado. I think enough of us are here today. I assume that you can all see me. I'm just going to check that I'm appearing. Yeah, alright, great. I'm appearing quite nicely on the screen. Hi, okay. Martin, welcome to the live stream. Hi, everyone. Okay, so before I begin today's live stream, just a gentle reminder to watch the video I posted last night on common comprehension errors, and to have your Rulang practice paper ready with you. There's a reason why I chose the Rulang paper, because the comprehension is split into 2 sections, and today I'll be covering both sections, hopefully, because I just realized that the sections are quite short. So I should be able to finish all of this in about half an hour, and I'll speak a little bit faster so that we can get this through. Remember, after I finish my broadcast, I'll be archiving this video on Edmodo, and you can slow it down or speed it up, depending on your preference, so that you can watch it again and review what I cover, okay? Alright, so very quickly, I'm just going to scan. Okay, very good, Kaylin. Sishen, welcome. Okay, wonderful. We have quite a good number of people on tonight. Wonderful. Okay, so in the interest of time, because I don't want you guys to stay up too late, it's a Sunday night and you have school tomorrow. Okay, hi Jayden. Okay, I'm glad that you're watching. Wonderful. Okay, great. So we have people messaging me from Flock, from WhatsApp, from the live chat in YouTube. So remember, you can ask me questions or comment on any of the channels that we now have. We have Class Dojo, Flock, WhatsApp, the live chat on YouTube, Edmodo chat as well. It's all up, and I'm monitoring all those channels simultaneously while looking at my script and looking at the comprehension passage we'll be reviewing today. So if I make any mistakes and I get a little distracted along the way, please forgive me, because I do have quite a number of things I'm actually looking at in front of me. You can't see it, it's right in front of me. Okay, good, Aiden, welcome. Okay, without further ado, those of you who are logged on, please take a look at your Rulang paper. I'll be going through the comprehension section, okay? The comprehension section of the Rulang paper. And if you want to, you may actually go along and take, oh, right, the duck, right. All right, here, hello. Hello, everyone. This is Mr. Hippo's pal, Rubber Ducky. Okay, Rubber Ducky, right, he has a little, I don't know if you can see this little suction cup on top here that enables him to kind of like get attached to things. Like I can attach him to the window right here. Don't know if you can see him. Let's see if you can see Rubber Ducky. No, he's out of sight. Okay, so there you go. There he is again. All right, okay. So our dear friends will be watching over us as we go through this comprehension review, and then at the end of the review, they may do a little dance. Okay, so say hello to our friends. They're going to be sitting up here and watching us as we go through this review. Now, before I begin, all right, this is the BFFs. That's right. Okay, Rulang paper. That's right. The Rulang 2017 paper, as you can see, okay? Yes, it's the one that we took back on Friday to do. Most of us had finished it already. Some of us were still finishing off the comprehension. I assume that by now, most of us are done, okay? There is only one paper. I give it back to you, right? I'm going through both comprehension passages. The first one is about the wise man and the rich man. And the second one is about, I believe, yeah, can you all remember what the second one is about? I can't really remember. but it's kind of, it's in the slide, so I'm going to go through it shortly, okay? All right. Yeah, that's right. It's the one about the digital reading, right? Digital reading, digital stories. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's get started without further ado. I'm going to carry on. Hello, everyone. Hi, Jaden. All right, so I'm going to get started now. Let's all focus on the PowerPoint slides, okay? Aiden, everybody else, let's focus on the PowerPoint slides. We're going to go through both of the comprehension passages, okay? Along the way, as I'm going through the answers, if you have any questions, please stop me and ask, but I will pause after each question, okay? The first few questions are quite easy, so there shouldn't be any problems with that. Okay, now let's take a look at the first passage, okay? A wealthy man realized his precious young son had many bad habits. After searching the whole town, he met a wise old scholar. You've read the story. It's a parable, right? A parable or a fable is kind of like a story that has a moral, that teaches an important lesson, okay? So, yeah, take a look through it. It's quite a familiar passage. We've gone through it before. You've done it already. So, I'll just let you look through it very shortly. And remember, I'll break up the answers with the corresponding passages so you can see where I took the answers from. So, no worries, okay? So, let's take a look at the first question. All right. Which word has the same meaning as treasured? Now, this is a vocabulary question, which means that you have to guess the meaning of the word treasured and match it to one of the two words given to you, A or B, right? So, A, wealthy, refers to rich, okay? So, a rich man, obviously you can see that the word rich or wealthy doesn't correspond to treasured, okay? It's the other answer, B, precious, which means something that is valuable or something that is treasured by a person. So, the answer is B. That's right, precious. Wonderful. Okay, maybe what I'll do is I will quiz some of you on the answers so that you all can give me some answers. You can give it a try, okay? Very good, all right? Kaylin, that's a good question. Do we mark? Why don't you go ahead and mark the questions as I go through it? They're quite easy to mark, especially for the first comprehension. And along the way, if you have any questions, you can clarify with me and I'll explain to you why your answers may or may not be acceptable, okay? So now let's take a look at question 32, okay? Question 32. I hope that answers your question, Kaylin. All right, great. Okay, question 32. Let's take a look at this, right? What does the word day in paragraph 6 refer to? So now I'm going to call up paragraph 6 so you can all see paragraph 6, okay? This is paragraph 6 in the passage, okay? All right, let's take a look. Okay, now, let's see. Maybe I can get Kaylin to answer this question. What does the word day in paragraph 6 refer to? Kaylin, maybe you can type your answer out in the quiz so that we can all compare our answers to see if you kind of got the answer correct. Okay, hi Jancis, welcome for joining us. Okay. All right, we are now going through the answers for the first comprehension passage on the wise man and the rich man, and Kaylin is about to give us the answer to question 32. Kaylin? Very good, well done, okay? The son's bad habits, or I can even shorten that to bad habits. They refers to the bad habits. So I'm going to annotate this right now. So the word they appears there, right? And of course, it's referring to the bad habits, okay? So what does they refer to? It refers to bad habits, okay? Not just the bad habits of the son, but generally bad habits. But bad habits of the son is acceptable. So well done, Kaylin, for that correct answer. So you get 1 mark for that, all right? The son's bad habits or simply bad habits. It's 1 mark, so I only need 1 point. So remember, look at the 1 mark, okay? Wonderful. All right, let's move on to the next question. Let's take a look at question 33, okay? All right, question 33. Okay, write 1, 2, and 3 in the blanks below to indicate the order in which the events occurred in the passage. So this is a classic question on ordering the different events that happen in the correct order. Okay, so yeah, you can say the bad habits. That's perfectly fine. Okay, right? The bad habits is perfectly fine. All right. All the days refer to the same thing. I'm not really sure what you mean, Aiden Po. But never mind, let's move on to the next question already. Let's take a look at the order in which these events occur, all right? Kaylin, don't worry about who that is. Okay, let's take a look at the passage, and I'm going to show you the order, okay? So the first thing that happens is the rich man meets the wise old scholar and pleads with him. Number 2, the scholar takes the youth for a walk. And number 3, the scholar asks the boy to pull out a bush. Okay, so if I go with that answer, the answer is 2, 3, and 1. Okay, wealthy man approaches old scholar. Number 1, old scholar and the youth went for a walk. Number 2, youth was instructed by the old scholar to pull out the bush. Number 3. Okay, so that's the answer for question 33. 2, 3, 1. All right. Okay, hi Ashton, welcome. Don't worry if you've missed the earlier part, you can review this video when I post it again. Okay, so let's go through question 34 now. All right, now question 34, let's see, maybe we can have Nicole. Nicole, can you give us the answers for 34A, B, and C? Okay, Nicole? Yes, Jancis, please mark along the way if you can. If you came in a bit later, you can refer to the video after I finished and posted it on Edmodo to finish your marking, okay? So mark along with me as I go through the answers, alright? So question 34, A, B, and C. Nicole, I'd like you to try to answer these 3 questions, okay, Nicole? Can you just type in your answer very quickly? True or false for 34A, 34B, and 34C. Wonderful, Nicole. Okay, so the tiny plant could be pulled out easily. Very good. 34A is true. Well done. Good job. What about 34B, Nicole? 34B is false. Very good. The wealthy man did not pay the scholar to help him. The wealthy man asked the scholar, pleaded with him to help. Very good. 34C? Is it true or false? False. Very good. So the youth used his thumb and forefinger to pull out the tiny plant, but he didn't use his thumb and forefinger to pull out the shrub, which is a much bigger plant. Okay, so again, let me show you where the answers are found. So 34B is right at the top, right? Pleaded with him. 34A is in the middle. Thumb and forefinger to pull out the plant, but then the shrub was not pulled out with the thumb and forefinger. 34C, right? The plant came out together with the roots and all with a slight thud, so it wasn't easy. Okay, so the answers are, like Nicole said, true, false, false. Okay, well done, Nicole. Good job. Alright, so this is question 34. True, false, false. Excellent. Now let's move on to question 35. 35 now. Okay, oops, I've already given you the answers. Didn't animate this, okay? So I've written out the explanations here as to why these were the 3 adjectives that were chosen, right? First of all, the man was wise, so obviously he's smart, right? So smart is the first answer. Second of all, the wise man helped the rich man without asking for a reward. So he was helpful, okay? And finally, he was a wise old man, therefore he was elderly. He was an old man. So these are the 3 answers. Smart, helpful, and elderly. Okay, great. All right, so please review and mark the answers accordingly, all right? All right, great. Now let's move on to the next question. All right, question 36. And again, which statement correctly describes the lesson that the old scholar wanted the youth to learn? This is rather tricky. I know that many of you may have written the second one. It is easy to correct our bad habits when we are young as the answer, but the answer is the first one. It's difficult to get rid of bad habits when we are older. Why? Very simply because the lesson that the wise man is trying to teach the young boy is that he cannot get rid of his old habits when he grows older. So he has to do it now. So it's difficult to get rid of bad habits. Remember, the last one was the guava tree and he couldn't pull up the guava tree. So it's difficult to get rid of bad habits when we are older. Okay? No, that's not the correct answer. It's more difficult to correct our bad habits when they become a part of us. No. The point here is that the old wise man was trying to teach the young boy that it's difficult to get rid of bad habits when we are older. That's why he brought him to a guava tree, which is older than the little tiny plant and therefore much harder to pull up. Couldn't be pulled up at all. So it's difficult to get rid of bad habits when we are older. Okay? So I've explained it to you already, Martin. I hope that answered your question. Okay? Please say yes if you understand. Alright. Okay, great. Yes, so it's correct. It's difficult to get rid of bad habits when we're older. Remember, it's linked to the guava tree. It's because the guava tree is very old, it can't be pulled up, right? Okay, so wonderful. Great. Great that you understand that. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's move on now to the next passage, okay? And remember, I'm trying to do this a little bit faster so that I won't keep you guys up on a Sunday night, all right? So very quickly, let's move on to the next passage, okay? So this is about digital gadgets like smartphones and tablets to read books, okay? It's about reading on digital gadgets, okay? Yes, Nicole, you are right in a certain way. This is a rather tricky passage, but no worries. As we go through it, you'll see how I break up the passage into chunks of text to answer the question specifically. And remember, every question in this section has 2 marks, which means that they're looking for more than 1 point. Remember, in the common errors, I talked about this, incomplete answers will lose you a lot of important marks, okay? So anytime you see a 2-mark question, be very alert. And all the questions in this passage are 2-mark questions. So be very alert, okay? Yes, it was not easy. I agree with you, right? Kaylin thinks it's okay, right? That's good. That means that you're quite strong, you're quite knowledgeable, so that's good. All right, great. Yeah, and okay, so let's go on now. Let's do it question by question, and I'll ask some of you to volunteer your answers, okay? And we'll see whether you get the answers correct or not. So let's take a look at question 37. What are the advantages? Advantages, meaning what are the positive points of reading from a digital gadget? Okay, maybe Martin can try this. So it's a 2-mark question, so I'm looking for more than 1 advantage. Okay? All right. Martin, can you give me your answer? Type it out in the group chat and maybe we can all take a look at Martin's answer. So remember, Martin, you must answer in a complete sentence following the tense of the question, right? So what are the advantages of reading from a digital gadget? Could you type out your answer, please, Martin? Let's give Martin a moment to type it out. Take your time, Martin. Type it out carefully so that you don't make any mistakes and we can take a look at your answer. Alright, so while we're waiting for Martin, the rest of you get ready because I may call on any one of you to type out your answers in the group chat, in the YouTube live chat, okay? And the purpose of this is not so that I can check on your answers. It's okay if you get the answer wrong, it's perfectly fine, but I'd like to see that you have at least tried to answer the question, and based on your answer, I can also help the others to see whether it's complete, incomplete, whether there are any mistakes, and we can all learn from your answer, okay? So be brave, be bold, don't worry about making a mistake, just give it a try. Martin, have you finished typing? Okay, let's wait a little while for Martin. Sometimes it takes a while to type out the answer. Ah, there we go. Thank you, Martin. Okay, so what are the advantages? It is a handy and slim device. No, wait a minute. Am I asking about what kind of a device it is? Okay, no, right? So what are the advantages? It's okay, Martin. It's alright if your answer is incorrect. So let's take a look at Martin's answer. It is a handy and slim device which can hold numerous books, and there is a built-in dictionary and even a read aloud function which can enhance a child's reading experience. Now, remember in common errors I talked about irrelevant information, right? Irrelevant information. We give a chunk of text and we hope that the teacher can pick up the answer from that big chunk of text. So this is an example of something that you should not do. Thanks, Martin, for sharing, but be very careful. My question is, what are the advantages? Your answer should be, the advantages are, right? I shouldn't start with, it is a handy and slim device. I didn't ask you what kind of a device this reading or digital gadget is. So now, let's take a look, okay? Yes, for Martin's answer, I would give him either a 1 or a 0 because I have to extract the answer from that chunk of text, okay? Alright, so all of us, let's hold on. Let me just show you the answer, okay? And then we'll learn along the way, okay? So what are the advantages? So let's take a look at the question what. So I'm looking for what are the advantages. 2 marks, are present tense, okay? And it comes from this section of the text, okay? So Martin is correct in identifying the chunk of text, right? He basically took this entire section, a handy slim device which can hold numerous books, exciting features, built-in dictionary, read aloud capability, but I don't need to copy it. In fact, I can't. If I copy this, I'll get marks deducted. I need to answer the question. What are the advantages? So I need to say it can hold numerous books and it has a built-in dictionary, or I can also use a read aloud capability. So there are 3 points here, but there are only 2 marks, which means I only need to choose 2 out of these 3 points. Take a look at my answer. Right? What are the advantages? A digital gadget can hold numerous books and has a built-in dictionary. Or the advantages are that it can hold numerous books and it has a built-in dictionary. Alright, sorry, let's go back to that. Okay, everybody? Very good, Jia En. Reading from a digital gadget is more convenient because it's not about the handy slim device. It can hold numerous books, that's 1 mark only, but you also have to mention either a built-in dictionary or a read-aloud capability, okay? Because some books are also handy and slim, right? Not all books are big and bulky, some are handy and slim. So the advantages of reading from a digital gadget is not that the device is handy and slim, it's that that slim device can hold many different books in it. And it even has a built-in dictionary. No book has that feature, right? And it can even read aloud to you. So these 3 points, just choose 2, all right? So you only get 1 mark, that's right, Jia En. And your sentence is not complete, right? Because it is a handy slim device that can hold numerous books. So you have some missing words, so I'll give you only half a mark out of 2. So be very careful when you answer the question that you use the question to answer it. So what are the advantages? The advantages are that it can hold numerous books and it has a built-in dictionary, or a digital gadget can hold numerous books and has a built-in dictionary. Using a digital gadget from the question. So I use the question to answer itself. Okay? Try not to introduce too many new words. Alright? Jancis, wonderful question. I wrote all 3 points. Can hold numerous books, has a built-in dictionary, has a read aloud capability. Will I get marks deducted? No. You get the full 2 marks because all 3 points are relevant. All 3 points are relevant. Remember, it's only going to deduct marks if it's irrelevant. But all 3 are advantages. So, yes, you wrote 3, but you only get 2 marks and you get the full 2 marks. Okay? No, I'm sorry. I don't accept it is convenient. How is it convenient? You have to explain to me. And what are its exciting features? So, I think, who is Jasmine Chua? I can't remember. Okay? It is convenient and it has exciting features will give you 0. Okay? What are its convenient features? What are its exciting features? It can hold numerous books, it has a built-in dictionary, and it can read aloud the books. These are the 3 features. Oh, Chun Hong, sorry. Alright? So Chun Hong, your answer gets 0 because you're not telling me what are the advantages, the features. Remember, be specific. What are the advantages? A, compared to a normal book, it can hold a lot of books. B, it has a built-in dictionary I can check meanings with. And C, it can read aloud the books to me. None of these things can be done by a normal book, right? So these are the advantages. Okay? Okay? Right. Great. Right. Thank you. Please don't do that, Martin. Thank you very much. Okay, so that's question 37. Yeah, it's pretty interesting, right? If you see how it's answered, the mistakes that you're making, it's good because if you make the mistakes now, boys and girls, you won't make them in the exams. And this is really the place and the time to be making mistakes. Great. Learn from your mistakes. Any mistake that you make, that you learn from, is worth making, right? If you learn from a mistake, the mistake is worth making. But if you keep making that same mistake, then it is a silly mistake. You should not be repeating. All right? Great. All right, Kaylin, let me read your answer. It has a built-in dictionary and a read aloud capability. You left out the word aloud, which can enhance a child's reading experience. Yes, Kaylin, you get the full 2 marks if you did not omit the word aloud. If you did omit the word aloud, then you would indeed lose half a mark. Okay, right there. Okay, great. Let's move on to question 38. Wow, this is taking a little bit longer than I expected, but never mind. We're making good time. According to the passage, what are the foundations of reading? So let's see. Who should I ask? Maybe I'll ask Chun Hong to... Yeah, okay then. Kaylin, you get the full 2 marks if it's a typo. Chun Hong, can you answer question 38? According to the passage, what are the foundations of reading? Now, this is a challenging question, but not impossible to do. The key is to look for the word foundations of reading in the passage. Find it, and you should be able to find the answers to this question. Okay, so finding the answer depends on looking at the keyword foundations of reading. That's why Mr. Pang says bracket the keywords, right? When you bracket the keywords, you look for it in a passage, then the answer is very near to where the keywords are found. Okay? They are deep reading and perfect answer. Well done, Chun Hong. 2 marks. Deep reading, recall of information. And where did Chun Hong find this? Let me show it to you now. Okay? So what? 2 marks are present tense. So my answer should be in the present tense, and it should answer the 2 foundations of reading. So take a look. It comes from line 10. Okay? The word this is found in line 10. The answer is found in line 10. And you'll see here, deep reading and recall of information, which are the foundations of reading. So notice the foundations of reading is right here, right? I can see it here, and the answer is right before it. Deep reading and recall of information, which are the foundations of reading, which means that the foundations of reading are deep reading and recall of information. There we go. That's how we get the 2 marks. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay? Alright, let's see, Genesis. Can I write reading from digital gadgets generally discourage deep reading? Oh no, absolutely wrong. So what you're saying is that reading from digital gadgets discourage deep reading and recall of information. I'm not asking you what discourages deep reading and recall of information. That's not the question. You're not answering the question, Genesis. The question is, what are the foundations of reading? So does your answer answer the question, what are the foundations? No, right? Your answer doesn't. So Genesis, you must read the question because the question is king. What the question asks for, you must give. So what are the foundations? The foundations are this and that. 2 marks. Okay? So Genesis, your question, your answer does not give the question what it wants. Okay? I hope you understand, Genesis. Reading from digital gadgets generally discourage deep reading and recall information is wrong. Okay? It's wrong. 0 marks for that. Okay? So what are the foundations of reading? I look for foundations of reading, then I tell you what they are. Okay? They are deep reading and recall of information. Alright? So always remember, don't ignore the question. You ignore the question at your own peril, at your own danger. Because the moment you ignore the question, your answer is not going to give it what it wants, and you will not get what you want, which is the full marks. Okay? So always read the question and give the question what it wants. Right? It's not about what you know, it's not about what you write, it's about what the question wants from you. If you can give the question what it wants, you will get the marks. Okay? So it's a trade. Give the question what it wants, get the full marks. Okay, great, Genesis. Glad that you have learned from that. Okay, so that's a good mistake to make so that you learn not to answer unless it is to the question. Okay, now let's move on to question 39. What does this in line 10 refer to? Let's see who I can get. Yeah, that's right, Aiden. Very good. Usually the questions are tied to the different sections, right? Question 1 will be paragraph 1, question 2, likely paragraph 1 or paragraph 2. Good point. Thank you very much. Okay, Aiden, maybe you can answer this question then. Aiden Poe, what does this in line 10 refer to? Okay, what does this in line 10 refer to? And I'm going to call up, okay, what, okay, and does. So the answer must be in the present tense in line 10, right here. Okay, so I'm going to call up line 10 and I'm going to let you see it on the screen. Aiden Poe, can you type out your answer? Yeah, take your time, it's okay. That's right, Martin. Thank you for being patient as well. While we're waiting for Aiden Poe to type out the answer, let's take a look at the question ourselves and rehearse the answer in our minds. Okay. All right. This refers to foundations of reading. No, I'm afraid not, Aiden. Yeah, I'm afraid not, okay? Remember, it's often just before or just after the word, right? The answer is often just before or just after the word. Maybe we can get, okay, Ziting, why don't you type out your answer? Okay, thank you guys for spotting that it's the wrong answer. And you're all correct, it's wrong. Aiden, good try. But Ziting, can you type out your answer? Right? Wait. Genesis has already given. No. Okay. Jia-en, wrong. That's not the correct answer either. No, Genesis, you've got irrelevant information. Okay? You don't need the entire part of it. Okay? So wrong on that as well. So Genesis, not the correct answer. Jia-en, not the correct answer. Ziting, can you type out your answer so that we can see what your answer is? I would like to see what you have written, Ziting. Okay, so let's give Ziting a moment. Let's not write out the answer. Yeah, good, Kaylin. I know you know the answer, but don't type it out yet. Wait. Let Ziting try. By the way, I hope you all are enjoying this interactive session. We are, trying to give each other some time to answer the questions, and I hope that you're participating, and this gives you a little bit more of a sense that you're part of this video, okay, rather than always hearing Mr. Pang talking, all right? Yeah, okay, good. Martin, glad to hear that you also know the answer. Glad that you agree with me, Kaylin. Okay. Ziting, are you typing out your answer? I hope you are. Okay, Jaden has actually sent me his answer. Jaden Sim says that it refers to reading from digital gadgets. No, that's not the right answer either. Oh my, so this question has got many of you stumped, right? You're all getting the wrong idea. Remember, the answer is right before this word. Okay, let me read the answer to you and you see if you can spot it, okay? There is also a tendency, I'm reading from the passage, line 9, there is also a tendency to just browse for information when reading, rather than reading slowly and carefully. This leads to superficial reading. So what is this? This refers to what happened in the previous sentence, right? Okay, so, alright, Ziting, are you done? Are you typing out the answer? Okay, everybody hold your horses, don't write out the answer yet. Oh, it's already 8:35. We're a little bit short of time. Okay, Genesis, I think you're asking me what the word tendency means. The word tendency means habit. There's a habit of just browsing for information when reading, rather than reading slowly and carefully. Okay, so the word tendency refers to kind of like something that you do habitually, or like a habit. You keep doing it again and again. Okay, so that's a good question. The word tendency is kind of like has the meaning of a habit or something that's done habitually or regularly. Okay, yeah. Okay, Ziting, I'm very sorry. I've been waiting for a little too long, so I'm going to have to skip your answer. Kaylin, right now, type out answer, please. Kaylin, 1 minute. Oh, okay, there we go. Ziting has. Okay. All right, very good, Ziting. Okay, all right. Again, your answer is similar to Genesis's answer, and Chun Hong's answer is also similar to Genesis's answer. There's a bit of irrelevant information there. This refers to, okay, all right, I'm going to accept that, all right? So I'm going to accept all of your answers, Ziting, Jasmine, Genesis. I'm going to accept your answers. I'll accept it. Let me show you mine, okay? So just browse for information. This refers to browsing for information when reading. Okay? The rather than read slowly and carefully is actually not necessary, right? Because it's rather than, right? Rather than means the opposite of browsing for information. So I don't need the opposite. I just need what this is. This is browsing for information when reading, right? And the opposite of that is reading slowly and carefully, all right? So if I'm very strict, I would deduct 1 mark because you've given me irrelevant information when you talk about rather than read slowly and carefully. The answer simply is browsing for information when reading. So again, this comes to the common errors. One of the 5 common errors was irrelevant information, right? So be very careful that you answer straight to the point. What is this? This is browsing for information. I don't need what it is not, rather than reading slowly and carefully. That's what it is not. Okay? Yes, very good. Okay? Yes, Ziting, your tense is wrong. Okay, it refers to, right? It refers, it's actually subject-verb agreement, right? Refers. One puts S, refers. Okay? Wonderful. Okay, everybody, subject-verb agreement rule. Very good, Martin. You got that. Okay, great. Right, let's move on to question 40 because it's coming to a very late hour. I don't want to finish this video after 9 o'clock. Okay? Question 40. I wonder if this is the last question. I think it could be, or the second last question. Let's see. Question 40. Gensis, can you answer question 40, please? Gensis, type out the answer to question 40. Let's see what your answer is. All right. Thank you, Martin, but I'd rather not keep you too late. Okay? Gensis, when you're ready, please type out the answer. Know you're a quick typer, so it shouldn't take you too long. Right, that's my phone ringing in the background. Oh, all right, thank you, Jaden. That's not the last question, it's the second last question. Great. Jaden Sim has been updating me on WhatsApp quite regularly. Jaden, you can actually message me. Jaden Sim, you can actually message me on Flock now. You don't have to go through WhatsApp because Flock has the ability for you to connect to me immediately and not use WhatsApp. And I see that you've already connected to Flock, so you should be able to message me through Flock rather than WhatsApp. Oh, yes. Okay, Jia En has given me a message with her answer. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want you to try it first, chances. Oh, there you go. Okay. How can parents help to instill a love for reading, right? So how can parents help? Okay, the passage says that frequent reading. No. Okay, Genesis, again, be very careful. How can parents help? Your answer should be parents can help by. Right? How can parents help to instill a love? Parents can help by doing something. So your answer, the passage says that frequent reading doesn't answer the question. So Genesis, there's a pattern here. Can you see? You're not really answering the question. So always remember, use the question to answer itself. How can parents help to instill a love? Parents can help to instill a love for reading by doing something. Okay? Yes. Okay, Genesis, use the question to answer itself. Okay? Try not to use like the passage says, because I'm not asking you what did the passage say. I'm asking you how can parents help. So, how can parents help? Parents can help by. Okay? Alright. Thank you for trying. That's not quite the right answer. Okay? But thank you for trying anyway. Let's see. Jia En, your answer is also incorrect. I'm sorry. That is not the correct answer that you sent me. Okay. Alright. Ziting, I'm not really sure what you mean. Please write your comments in complete sentences so that I can understand what you're trying to say. Do the marks deducted that really doesn't make very much sense to me. Okay? So when you're typing out, take a little bit more time, but type out a complete answer so that I can understand what you're trying to ask me. Okay? So in the interest of time, I'm just going to review the answer so everybody can see it. Okay? So remember, this is a how question. How can, present tense, parents. Okay? So it comes from line 20, thereabouts. Right? So reading on both types of mediums must still be encouraged to instill a love for reading in children. So notice the keyword is how can parents help to instill a love for reading. So I find the words instill a love for reading. Right there. Can you see it's underlined here? Instill a love for reading. And the answer is right before it. Again, can you see a pattern? The answer is very close to the keywords. So circle the question word, underline the tense word, bracket the keywords, and use the keywords to find the answer in the passage. Here, reading on both types of mediums, right? So encourage reading on both types of mediums to instill a love for reading in children. So how can parents help to instill a love for reading? Parents can encourage reading on both types of mediums to instill a love for reading in children. Okay? Okay, Jaden Sim asked, can I write, let their children read both? Now, I don't understand what you mean by let them read both. What is both? You have to say both types of mediums, right? So the word both is not clear. I need to be more specific and say both types of mediums. So encourage reading, that's 1 mark. Both types of mediums, that's 1 mark. Together, 2 marks to get your full marks for this question. Okay? Everybody, not an easy question, rather tricky. Some of you were saying earlier, you are absolutely right. Okay? Right, parents can help by letting their children read on both types of mediums. Yes, letting is the same as encouraging. So I'm going to accept Chun Hong's answer, 2 marks. Okay. Yes, marks will get deducted if you lift. That means if you copy the entire chunk of text that is not relevant to the answer. Yes, Nicole, that's true. We'll talk about that later, but focus on the answer first, okay? Okay, Martin, what don't you have a clue of? Can you please be more specific? Okay, lifting simply means copying the entire chunk of text. Okay, so don't do that, because when you copy a chunk of text, some of that will be the answer, some of that will not. So the teacher cannot pick out the answer for you. You have to pick out the answer. So don't lift the entire passage and just copy it into your answer, right? So here, answer the question. Yes, that's correct. But you write out instead of copy and paste, okay? All right, great. Okay, thank you, Martin. Glad that I've already explained it. Okay, Jancis, see there's a pattern here in the mistakes that you're making. Be a bit careful, but thank you for trying. Really love that you're giving it your 100%. Really, really respect that. Okay, great. Right, so I hope you all can see that over here, I'm answering the question, how can parents help to instill a love? Parents can do this. Encourage reading on both types of mediums to instill a love for reading. All right? Okay, now let's move on to the last question. And then I will end this video because I don't want to keep you guys up too late. Tomorrow we have supplementary class. All right? So it's going to be a rather long day. So I want everyone to be rested and ready. Don't worry, I've booked the computer lab, so we'll be able to have a rather air-conditioned environment, more comfortable. But at the same time, it's still going to be a long day. So I want to end this video very quickly. So last question, 41. Explain clearly what the phrase, the actual feel of a book in line 12 refers to. And here, there is a mistake with refer. They should be refers, right? What the phrase? One puts S after the verb. So this should be refers, okay? Yes, yep. Glad that you are all looking forward to it. Okay, so I'm going to answer this question because it's really a little late and I want to keep you guys waiting. So very quickly. Okay, so what does the phrase, the actual feel of a book in line 12 refer to? Okay, so what? 2 marks, refers, present tense, okay, comes from this chunk of the text near line 15. And again, the actual feel of the book is here, right? The actual feel of the book. So remember, the answer is going to be very near to the keywords. Actual feel of the book. Where is it? There we go. So readers make connections to the book when they flip the pages and then they follow the words with their fingers. So in a real book, you can flip the pages. In a real book, you can follow the words with your fingers because it's printed on paper. So in a tablet or in a digital kind of a e-book, you can't flip the pages. Okay, so the actual feel of a book, the real book, is here. It refers to flipping the pages. Okay, so flipping the pages and following the words with their fingers. All right, flipping the pages and following. Yes, Chun Hong, you are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. You get full 2 marks. Okay. Okay, let's see. Yes. Okay. So that's basically it. All right. Let's see. Okay. Yep. Okay, let's not get distracted about supplementary. Let's focus on the answers here. Please check that your answers are according to what I've just gone through. And that's it. Okay, that's all for today. All right. I hope that you guys have benefited from me going through the passage. The important thing is to see how I actually approach the questions. Okay, how I actually circle, underline, bracket the keywords, underline the words in the passage to get the answer, and I answer the question, okay? Many of you, you are not answering the question accurately enough. Always remember the question is the king. If I can answer the question, I can get the marks, okay? So please be very careful when you are answering the question, okay? All right, so I think Jian still needs to copy the answer. Okay, remember after this is over, don't worry. I will post the video up and you will be able to access it tomorrow in the computer lab, and you'll be able to review your answers and mark it and do your corrections completely. So don't worry if you are not able to catch up with me. I was doing this at quite a lightning speed, so I will post this video with all of the answers up for all of you. And in fact, the PowerPoint slide for this will also be posted up, so you can actually refer to just the PowerPoint slides which contain all these answers without me talking through the video. But you can just refer to the answers to do your corrections. After this video is over, go to Edmodo, you'll see the PowerPoint slide immediately. But the video will take a bit longer to upload because I need to edit it and I need to upload it to YouTube after I'm done with the live stream, okay? Right, so without further ado, thank you everyone for your attention. I'm going to end the video now. It's quite late, it's almost 9 o'clock, and many of you have your bedtime at about 9 o'clock, okay? Reading and, okay, Kaylin, just a very quick last answer. No, I won't accept that because you're not being specific enough. What is the actual feel of the book? It is the flipping of the pages and the following of the words. That is the specific answer, okay? So, yes, alright, okay. Right, bye-bye. Yes, please bring the worksheet tomorrow, Jaden Lim. How else would you be able to submit it to me and go through the answers if you do not bring the worksheet? So yes, please. What is your question? Can we add with a sensory experience which cannot be replaced by digital reading? Okay, you must have these 2 points, Martin. Flipping the pages, following the words. Your sensory experience is acceptable, it's not irrelevant, but it's not one of the key points. So if you miss out any of the others, you'll get marks deducted. Okay? Right. Dance. Okay. Alright. Alright. That's it. Bye everyone. Okay, I'm going to end the video now. Okay. Goodbye. Good night. Rest well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, we have a long day until 4 o'clock. Okay? Bye. Bye.